a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, BRimes.
And welcome to the show. Thanks for spending some time with us here. We greatly appreciate you supporting the local economy, supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show and all of our expert contributors, 80 different categories where we can serve as your consumer advocate. We can help you with all types of real estate connections, mortgage, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, and, of course, all of the best home service providers as well. The phone's been ringing. We've been getting text messages and emails, so we greatly appreciate everybody that supports the show. ConsumerQB.com. You can submit emails there at ConsumerQB.com, and we'll make sure we get right back to you and make sure we provide you with a great follow-up and also a person or a company that's going to do you right. They're going to save you time and money when it comes to whatever type of business you need. So reach out to the show, 727-263-3707. We've seen an uptick in calls lately. Greatly appreciate everybody that's supporting the show, 727-263-3707. Call or text. That's an off-air number. We're going to be kicking off here with Joshua Wostal. He's County Commissioner, Hillsborough County Commissioner. Josh Wostal in the house. We're going to talk with him. Some interesting developments lately. The second DCA ruled against the county. We're going to talk about that. Also, school boards messaging and some other things happening as well. Coming up there. Want to invite you also, every month we have our gratitude parties. This one is Friday, September 27th, 6 o'clock over at the Tarpon Turtle. So save that date. We're getting out ahead of this one, promoting it a little bit ahead of time here. But Friday, September 27th, we're going to have Freedom Boat Club. We're going to have boats out there. We're going to take boats. We're going to have food, drinks provided, great networking, and get a private boat tour of Lake Tarpon right there on Friday, September 27th. Save the date. Come on out. We'd love to see you there. All right, we always feature our listings, part of our strategy for selling real estate here in Tampa Bay. Not only are we with the number one real estate company in the world, Keller Realty, but we also feature our listings live on air, 80 outlets worldwide, maximizing the exposure. We've got a property here on Archer Place. This one's 3101 Old Archer Road. Archer Place is the community. It's 90 pre-construction luxury condos in Gainesville, Florida. My wife Lindsay and I represent these condos, and we are there on site daily. There's some awesome pricing, pre-construction pricing. Get 10% off retail right now for Old Archer Road in Gainesville. So what you're looking at is beautiful luxury condos, resort style layout there, temperature controlled pool, of course, gourmet chef's kitchen in the clubhouse. 1.5 miles from the University of Florida, 5 minutes from Shands Medical, EB5 approved. Also, they are approved for short-term rentals, so think about the rental opportunity there. So check out Archer Place in Gainesville, Florida. 221 Howard Drive. This one's compliments of Aaron Foley on our team. Howard Drive, one of my favorite listings right now. Beautiful property in Bel Air Beach. 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3,500 square foot single-family home. Exclusive Bel Air Beach location. You have a gorgeous 3-island kitchen with Thermador appliances, saltwater pool, 100 feet of linear water frontage on deep water access. 221 Howard Drive, Bel Air Beach, Florida. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, Hillsborough County Commissioner Joshua Wostal, welcome back in, sir.
Hey, Brandon, thanks for having me again.
Hey, my pleasure, man. And let's jump right into it. We kick off the show a lot of times with this clip here about the veterans and the servicemen and women out there. I always like to kind of pay tribute first thing, with them. What's your thoughts about the veterans and just all that they've sacrificed for?
Well, I mean, as you know, I am one, so I'm deeply appreciative of everyone. I know their sacrifice very well. I know how everyone probably felt like I did of the bad pull out of Afghanistan. And of course, that 3-year anniversary just happened a couple days ago. And I hope that things get better. We're very close, in my opinion, to an unfortunate world war. And I think that things need to be cooled down.
Cool it down. That's right. Yeah, we try to do our feel-good stories of the day, our little piece of the pie there, trying to do the feel-good stories and trying to lighten it up where we can. But it is real. It's a situation where we've got a looming election, many elections, and a lot of people say it really starts on the local level. Can you talk a little bit about that? And also, some of the supervisor of elections. We've had Billy on the show, and I think it really starts local in a lot of people's minds, right?
Yeah, I was just at Hope Children's Home. I taught their civics class for the day a couple days ago just to get them engaged for that reason. And I think that they don't understand that in Congress, the bill that dies on Capitol Hill, old cartoon, that was for a reason. It can take a long time and then nothing happens. In your local politics, well, your commissioners legislate every other Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. We don't need other bodies to approve of our ordinances. We can just put them up. If I get 3 other votes, then boom, you have a new law in place, and I could be impacting your day-to-day living, including property taxes. We're going through right now, adjusting and setting your truth and millage rate, which is an unavoidable cost of living and permanent increase to the cost of your home. So,
right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of people say, hey, look, I'm taxed enough already. The old Tea Party slogan, taxed enough already. So yeah, it's a challenging time. I think, especially with the economy where it's at. This movement towards socialism, communism. I mean, it's really hurting people.
Sure, and it's a reality that I think isn't talked about enough. We just had a school board race, for instance, and the past couple of decades, it's don't say the word socialism. That's not real. That's the boogeyman. But literally, one of the candidates that was put forward is proudly part of the Tampa DSA, which is the Tampa Democrat Socialists of America.
Wow.
They have their own X account where they promote her and with their proud socialist shirts on. So it's like, this is real. This is not some boogeyman thing. You can go look it up on social media, and that's a reality that is people that are in charge of our children now. So.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. I think the school boards is really where it kind of really hit home for a lot of people when they saw some of these books that were being presented in classrooms. Unbelievable language in those books.
Sure, and I don't want to forget about the very important supervisor race. Like, say what you will, it's a partisan race, and there is the reality that yes, okay, he had a cybersecurity breach, 58 grand, leaked many families' private information, including my own wife. She got one of those notices. But then look, Mark Zuckerberg did just come out and say he was very sorry for using his money to influence elections, and our supervisor of elections was one of the few dozen or so that received that money, $2.9 million or so dollars that he put to an no-bid contract to a third party that is still refusing to this day to release. How did you market that money, and did you market that money to only one political party or another on a very partisan get out the vote effort?
Yep.
That's something I want to know if you did as my supervisor of election. And then, there was a report that he spent 300 grand of property taxes on embroidered pins. I didn't really think much of it until I walked into the polling place with my wife, and we both received a souvenir gift just like this, with his name on it.
Wow.
As supervisor of elections. And that, folks, is electioneering in the polling booth. If I did it as a candidate in 2 years, I would be charged with an ethics violation. In my opinion, that's exactly what just happened in Hillsborough County.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's a situation where you're misappropriating funds, you're misleading people. It's just unbelievable that these things can happen, and then to have the lack of repercussions, the lack of any type of follow up or accountability is what Billy said when he was on the show. Billy talking about Billy Christensen. He's up for supervisor of elections. What do you think about that race?
Well, definitely vote Billy Christensen. I've had personal items where the supervisor is clearly over budgeting millions of dollars a year so that he could give us back millions of dollars a year and act like he is a fiscal conservative. A fiscal conservative just budgets right the first time and doesn't let dollars depreciate on a shelf.
Yep.
So vote for him. And if you want to complain, the time to complain is when you're filling in the bubble at the ballot box.
Right.
Not on social media. We just had 19.5% abysmal turnout in the August primary. Republicans showed up, and you need to show up again. You had 25% Republican turnout in the primary. You need to get out there in November, and you need to vote all the way down the ballot, not just the top of the ticket.
Right.
Getting rid of Joe Biden, I agree, so crucial. But don't just complain about questionable election supervisor behavior. Do something about it in November the 5th.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We're talking with Joshua Wostal here. He is the Hillsborough County Commissioner, one of the Hillsborough County Commissioners here in Tampa Bay. And it's important. It is really important to understand that your vote does make an impact, and it can make an impact. And not only that, grab 5, grab 10 of your friends and get them involved. Get them out early. Get them watching the ballots being counted. There's a lot of other ways to get involved, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't just bring yourself. Bring a friend. I agree with that sentiment.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
All right, so let's go to this story here. The second DCA, District Court of Appeals, ruled against the county. What was that about?
Sure. There's a tax which has previous standing in Hernando County, where the judge clearly said, hey, you're a body who's sending a millage rate increase, school board. It says you have to go through the county commission, and that judge agreed that the county commissioners have the right to decide the timing. It's left open-ended. And that was thoughtful because the county commission is in charge of the whole county. We're the highest local level legislative body, not the school board, who's only in charge of the schools. Well, our second district court of appeals ruled against us. We're going to get that fixed in the legislature to make it more clear, but unfortunately that means there's going to be a full 1 millage rate increase on this November ballot. And the reason that we voted to delay the tax to November is because, we're in charge of everybody, like I said, including one of the most dense senior citizen populations in the whole state of Florida.
Right.
People forget Waimama, Sun City Center, retirement communities. That's all still Hillsborough County, and those people are begging for relief. They are getting taxed out of their retirement homes in their golden years.
Wow.
They don't have an opportunity to go increase their income to meet this new, a 1 millage rate increase. You're going to have record high senior citizen homeless population. If this 1 millage rate passes, they will be taxed out of their homes. That's what will happen if you vote yes. 3 school board members, including a Democrat on the school board, have already acknowledged they could give the teachers the raises first and then figure out everything afterwards, but the superintendent and the other 4 Democrats have refused to do that. Do not give them the more money. Make them pay teachers first and figure out everything else last.
Yeah, teachers definitely seem to get the short end of the stick. In a lot of cases, you hear that. I've got family that's teachers, and it just really, to hear some of the stories that they go through, and then to play the game of where they have the tenure. They have the tenure, or they have the those situations where, sometimes they'll get the favoritism will not work in their favor, and they won't get the raise, but the other person will. You see that kind of stuff happening, and it's unfortunate. Talk to us too. What else is topical right now? I want to get to your community hours that you offer and things like that. But what else is kind of top of mind, or maybe one of the biggest things to think about right now?
I think for me the biggest thing to think about is when I ran for office, I promised folks no new taxes, and I have met every bit of that promise. In November, the CIT renewal is coming up, the community investment tax. It's an infrastructure tax is all that it is. It can only be used for infrastructure. And that tax has been in existence for 28 years. We've removed the ability for that tax to build new stadiums for billionaires. You can no longer do that. You can only maintain the 3 that the counties currently own. The county owns the Lightning Stadium. Most people don't know that, right? We own the Buck Stadium, and then we own the Steinbrenner Field.
Okay.
So we own those. We have legal obligations to maintain them and a safety standard so people aren't injured. So it must go to maintain some of those, but just many bridges, roads. This is all that it can go for. You can go to hcfl.gov/CIT. You can see what the past money was spent on and what the future money is being promised to be spent on by the unincorporated Hillsborough and 3 city jurisdictions. And if you vote no on that, even though I'm a low tax guy, I'm a very anti-property tax guy. I like sales taxes because they're heavily subsidized by visitors and by people with more spending power.
Right.
You do that, you avoid future asks for property tax increases. I think that's how you can protect that. So I'm not going to tell you to vote yes or no on any tax ever, but I would just give you my opinion that if you do vote no on this tax, it doesn't pass, it will justify other people who want to raise your property taxes to have a better argument for it, and you should fight against that.
Interesting. Okay. So Joshua Wostal here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rimes. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about a little bit more of a national suit here, but Yelp files Google antitrust suit. So big, you talk about big tech and the influence they have. Google, arguably the biggest in the planet, right? It's controlling searches. They just got ruled against. We're going to talk about this story because it's interesting. Now you got Yelp jumping in and saying, hey, Google has some unfair practices, and we'll see where that goes. So we're going to take a quick break here. Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at BrandonRimes1, at CQB Show, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Greatly appreciate that. Really helps our algorithm and all that, speaking of big tech, of course. So subscribe to the Rumble channel and the YouTube, and we'll be right back here more with Hillsborough County Commissioner Joshua Wostal on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
This is Ward Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rimes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or ConsumerQB.com.
Lindsay Rimes here with Archer Place in Gainesville, Florida. Our luxury condo community is located only 1.5 miles from the University of Florida, 5 minutes to Shands Medical and Butler Plaza. Our buyers love the high-end luxury amenities in their building, including a state-of-the-art fitness facility equipped with Pelotons, the resort-style temperature-controlled pool accompanied with cabanas and grills, and the gourmet chef's kitchen in our clubhouse that overlooks the pool. We have pre-construction pricing only for a limited time, with floor plans ranging from a 1-bedroom, 1-bath to 2-floor penthouses with plunge pools. Starting in the low 400,000s to the high 900s, investors, parents sending their young adults off to school, medical professionals, business owners, and entrepreneurs alike are investing in these residences. Reach out to us today at 727-263-3707 to get more information.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, Brandon Rimes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. A couple of hot listings for this segment. We've got a property on Gulf Boulevard right here in Indian Shores, Pinellas County. Beautiful listing right on the beach. I love this property. Beachfront condo for sale, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,000 square feet on Gulf Boulevard, Unit F, Indian Shores. Check it out. You got granite countertop, mosaic backsplash, multiple balconies. You see the beach from your balcony window there. You got the dolphin-filled waters and sugar sand beaches. 18522 Gulf Boulevard, Unit F, Indian Shores. Beautiful property listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 17441 Dansville Drive. This one is in Spring Hill. So as you know, you go a little bit further north, you're getting more bang for your buck. This one's on Dansville Drive in Spring Hill. Great opportunity at 17441 Dansville Drive, Spring Hill. Great opportunity here. 3 bedrooms, 2-bath, 4 carport. You got a corner lot. You got a private pool, screened-in pool, new flooring, lighter colors in the kitchen, stainless steel appliances. Great opportunity to own real estate here in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings, PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com. Quick shout out to Lee's Royal Services. He is the official cleaning partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Lee's Royal Services.com. All of your real estate, residential, commercial property cleaning, Lee's Royal Services.com. He does a great job. Make sure you let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take him up on those special offers. All right, Joshua Wostal is in studio with us. He's the Hillsborough County Commissioner. And Josh, this whole thing about Google and the lawsuits and, the federal judge ruled against them and said, yeah, you do have a monopoly in text and search. But crowdsourced review platform Yelp has also filed a case against Google, search giant, saying it abuses its monopoly power in Google general search to keep users within Google's own ecosystem. What's your thoughts about that?
Yeah, well, as we were talking about during the break, everybody knows that Google is very predatory, pay for play, for it's kind of hypocritical and odd for them to be like they're going to be the champion. But I think that there's a huge problem in the SEC not doing we have trust busting laws that are never enforced.
Right.
Microsoft is another prime example. Google probably does need to be busted up. A lot of these VCs own way more in an arena that they absolutely choke competition out, which is what has driven America's economy.
Yep.
So but the other aspect of it is that you also have Mark Zuckerberg, again, that letter that outright says Joe Biden's administration pressured me to censor the American people. So I think that you have a monopoly situation and you have an authoritarian government situation that's like it's out in the open. No one can say it's a conspiracy theory anymore, and you need a president that's going to make sure that there's a separation of the government and the private sector, but also that there's trust busting laws from the SEC that are enforced.
Yeah, exactly. It's deep state. If there's any doubt, right, that there's some kind of a deep state, right? When you have RFK come out, I've got clips of his too that we could play here. But when here's a quick clip. Let's go jump into this.
Now, pretty notable for a Kennedy to engage in this level of friendly fire. So censorship has been an issue that we've focused on a lot on this show. Did Kennedy address that directly on Friday night?
He certainly did. Kennedy spoke for a much shorter time at Trump's rally than he did in his own address, but devoted a majority of his time to continuing his attack on what he sees as a massive censorship regime at work in the country.
Can you think of any time that you can look back in history and say that the people who were censoring were the good guys?
Right? I mean, it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Where we're at. This is where we're at. Now,
it's a reality.
You got Democrats coming out, family of Democrats and other people related, saying, hey, this has gone far enough.
Yeah. I mean, well, first, I'm thankful that my family's not like his. For them, it's weird how they've come out and attack him. But it's undeniable. I mean, really, even everything that he's saying, the DNC lawsuits, Mark Zuckerberg's letter is really just the chef's kiss to the whole argument. He is a huge Democrat liberal whom was unlawfully pressured by a Democrat president, and now he's probably left that party because of it. So.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be interesting to see, and he's kind of playing that middle ground now. Maybe he's thinking that Trump will win, and it's interesting when you see the Vegas lines on who's going to win, right? It's neck and neck, right? Where's the money go?
First of all, they have to make Vegas report their votes on time and not keep buying into the betting game. What happened in 2020 should be illegal.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that it's I wanted it to be Joe Biden, and look, here we are, and I think it is going to be a closer race than everybody imagines. Don't get comfortable because they knew we would beat Biden.
Yep.
It's no longer that, and I think that Zuckerberg's smart and that he did Republicans a favor, though. They're reporting on it. They're right. He did do us a favor by being honest.
Yes.
Why can't you say, hey, he was honest? It's no, this is for the Republicans, and I think that that's disingenuous from the media.
Yeah, he's definitely being honest, and that goes, I mean, and then how many other things do we not even have time to touch on, with the abuse of the DOJ and just right on down the line. Josh, about a minute, back to you, man.
Yeah, no, I think that we're in a very precarious situation in America, and people need to be activated. Don't be comfortable. Don't think that everyone's a conspiracy theorist. All the conspiracy theories from 2020 have been disproven in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
I myself was censored by Facebook for simply posting a video of Luc Montagnier, which is the Nobel Peace Prize winner that found the HIV strand when Dr. Fauci was killing everybody, literally, at that time. And I got censored for simply him having a different point of view.
Wow. Yeah, it happens, man. Yeah. Where's the website? You want people to go to JoshuaWostal.com?
That's it.
Okay, and spell that for us.
JOSHUAWOSTAL.com.
Got it. All right, good stuff. Check them out online. Support Joshua. Support also Billy. We mentioned the supervisor of elections, and it's a big one. We got to turn out. We got to have everybody out there. Thank you for supporting the team. Thank you for supporting Joshua, and keep up the good work out there, Josh.
Thank you, Brandon.
All right, coming up, we've got Joe Duffin in studio with us. First American Home Warranty. We're going to talk a little real estate. And also later on, we've got Shane Socash, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. Feel good story of the day. Chef returns to kitchen thanks to floating seat. invented after a motorcycle injury made him immobile. Feel good story coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show.
And we're back. Brandon BRimes here in studio with Joe Duffin, First American Home Warranty. We're going to talk with him in just a moment here. Before we do, got to give a quick shout out to Solar Bear, solarbear.com. You can check them out online. Solar is, I believe in solar. I've got solar panels on my roof, and I think it's a great, technology. It's gotten better. There are a lot more things that you can consider when it comes to get free estimates, by the way. Solarbear.com. Check them out online. Blake Ambrester is the gentleman who's been on our show. He's one of the owners there. Reach out, solarbear.com. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. They're the official solar provider of the Consumer Quarterback Show, solarbear.com. You can see all of his legacy videos as well on our YouTube channel at youtube.com, Brandon BRimes Show, Consumer Quarterback Show. You can find it there. All right, a couple of hot listings here. We've got a property at 14135 Cypress Circle. This one is in Carrollwood. This one's a beautiful villa. You have 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2 carport, villa-style condo, Cypress clusters at Carrollwood Village. You have a covered front porch, beautifully tiled floor, living room that flows effortlessly into the dining room and den. Beautiful kitchen here. You've got the lighter colors. People really like this color scheme now. Stainless steel appliances. 14135 Cypress Circle, Tampa. 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 carport, 1,308 square foot single family home in Carrollwood, Tampa. 719 7th Street North in St. Petersburg. This one is another beautiful property in St. Pete. What we have here is 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, plus a bonus room. You've got about 1,300 square feet, closed-in front porch, full of sunlight. You're on the brick-paved street in the highly sought-after district of historic Uptown District. Close to downtown, close to the beaches, real wood flooring. Lots of updates there, new AC, electrical update as well. 719 7th Street North, St. Petersburg, Florida. And you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. Got no clock. All right, Joe Duffin in the house, First American Home Warranty. Welcome back, sir.
Good. It's good to be back, Brandon. Appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy. Good to have you in. And give us a little overview, First American Home Warranty.
Yeah, First American Home Warranty. We are a nationwide home warranty company. Our goal is very simple. It's to save homeowners money on their home repairs. We're here to fix those breakdowns of your systems, AC, heating, electrical, plumbing, appliances, pool, all sorts of things. Anything that can break down in the home, we pretty much have some coverage to help offset the cost and save everyone money.
So how does that work?
So when something breaks down in your home, you call our claims department. We send out one of our contractors to diagnose the issue, and based on coverage, we'll either fix or replace, depending on what the contractor diagnosis tells us to do.
Yeah. And you've seen an uptick lately, you said.
Oh, yeah. There's been a big increase recently. The real estate market's changing. We've seen a lot of sellers offering to buy home warranties for the buyers, as giving them a little extra peace of mind and some extra incentive to purchase their home. When homes were flying off the market, you couldn't keep them on more than a couple days. It wasn't really as common, and it kind of went away. But with the homes being on the market longer, the time on market is up. In fact, I just was looking at the stats for, I think it was Pinellas County. The listing inventory from July last year to July this year is up like 111%.
Yeah.
And so it's sellers are needing to do a little more to attract buyers and get those buyers to purchase their home. And so a home warranty has been a great asset to help improve that and give a little incentive to a buyer.
Yeah, you're right on, Joe. The days on market are up. There's a record number of price improvements, meaning price drops. So sellers are saying, hey, I'll reduce my price if I have to sell or need to sell. And then, you got some that would like to sell, but hey, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be too aggressive here. And those are typically the ones that you see sitting a little bit longer. So the days on market are up. The price improvements are there. You're seeing a record number of that. And there's an interesting, here we are in the election year, right? Yeah. So you've got let's wait and see. I mean, you've got two different after November, January 20. There's going to be two different Americas here. Yep. Either you got to look at that and kind of realize, like, hey, And then how does that affect you? How does that affect your buying decision? Does it really matter? Do you still want to be closer to the beach, closer to the grandkids, closer to work, whatever it might be? Downsize, upsize, right size. There's all these different terms. But, so home warranty, and it's relatively affordable too, right?
Oh, yeah. We have plans starting as low as $455 for a year of coverage for single-family homes, condos, and things, starting around $400. So depends on the level of coverage that you want and need. But, it is very affordable. When I've really looked over my own personal home ownership over the last few years, all the repairs that I've had, I've saved over $30,000 in home repairs.
Wow.
And, I'm kind of a frugal, thrifty guy. I like to save money. And so home warranty has been a huge asset for me personally. And that's why I love out there, because I want to share that. I want to share that savings that I've experienced with everybody. Yep. I was looking at the numbers recently for First American, and while we're still growing in this territory, just right here in the Tampa Bay area, in the last year, we've saved homeowners over $2 million in home repairs.
Wow.
Just locally here.
That's awesome.
And so it's really a great way for a homeowner to, lower that cost of home ownership, because there is a cost. After you buy the home, there's that cost, regular cost.
Oh, yeah.
We all want to save money, and everything's getting more expensive. And so it's really just a factor of, why wouldn't you want something that's going to save you some money over time?
Yeah, exactly. And if you just joined us, folks, we're talking with Joe Duffin, First American Home Warranty. He's a local rep here, he's account manager here in Tampa Bay, and I'm your host, Brandon Rimes, Keller Williams Realty. And we do talk a lot about new construction as well. We've got 90 pre-construction luxury condos in Gainesville, Florida. And, do you see people buying with the new homes as well?
Absolutely. We have a great product for new construction that it doesn't replace what the builder warranty covers, because usually builders cover, that first year. Some do some limited on the second year, and then they cover about 10 years on the foundation is the most common builder's warranty that we see. But our policy, when they buy it at closing, it doesn't kick in until that 1 year anniversary, since the builder's covering that year.
Got it.
But then you can get years 2, 3, 4, and 5 covered under our policy. So it extends beyond what the builder covers.
Wow.
And so you get 4 years worth of coverage for a very reasonable price.
Yeah.
So it definitely is a great way to extend beyond what the builder covers.
Now, talk me through one of these scenarios, for example. Let's say, one of the major components is maybe your air conditioning unit. Talk to me through, what did I sign up for? What did I get? What is my process of that?
So there are different levels of coverage when it comes to AC coverage as well. So you definitely want to find the right one for you. But we have policies covering, parts and labor. We have them covering including unlimited refrigerant, everything that goes along in there, as well as code upgrades, because they're changing codes on these pretty regularly. In fact, they're doing another small one. EPA is coming out with another small one here pretty soon. So it shouldn't be a huge one like a few years back when they switched from the old R22 Freon to the new R410A, and then you had to pretty much change out everything.
Right.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
And that was probably about, 5-6 years ago, I think it was. And so, but this one's going to be smaller, but with those code upgrades are a big factor as well. So you can get the different levels of coverage, but, when our AC contractors go out there, they're looking at what needs to happen, what's wrong with it, why did it fail, what's going to be the right fix. Sometimes that right fix is, a simple repair. Grab a part, let's put it in. Other times they get out there and they're like, this thing's gone. We need to replace it. So we look at those replacement options. And so, the home warranty is a process. A claim it's a process, those claims. But, we work through it, and we've really done a great job. I've worked, this is my 9th summer in home warranty. Summer's our busiest time, craziest time.
Is it really? Okay.
Lots of ACs going down.
Yep.
At least where I've done it, because I've done it in Phoenix.
Yep.
And I've done it in Houston, which is very much like here, and here. So,
nice.
The hot places. So summer AC breakdowns are our big thing, and
right.
I've seen less. I get involved in some claims from time to time when I need to, and it's been less this year than any other year I've experienced in home warranty.
Wow.
So we have just done a great job here. Not to say it's been perfect, but overall, the grand scheme of things, most every claim has gone quite well. I've only been involved in a few to just get them past that finish line to get their claim approved. So.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And you're a great networker. You do a lot of networking. I've seen you out. I think you were at the Real Producers event too last week. Didn't I see you there?
Yeah.
Yes, I was on that panel. That was a pretty fun event. That was neat.
Yeah, they always put on a great event over there at Whiskey Cakes when they do that each month. So that's those panels are a lot of fun. I didn't get to stay to that one. I had to fly out of town, but I go all over the place. I cover everywhere from, I guess technically down to Naples, but I don't ever really go down there. But Sarasota, I've been doing a lot of work down there, up through Pasco County and above. So, we have contractors all through the area. What I've really, here in Florida, we get a lot of people coming in from out of state.
Right.
They get here, they don't know contractors.
Right.
They don't have that network, and that's where we come in. Is we actually have the network already in place for all these contractors. So when they get our coverage, they don't have to be looking through the phone book or Googling. I guess we don't have phone books anymore, but that's how we used to do it. But you don't have to, try and Google and then search through all the reviews and then call 3 of them to see who can come out. And you don't have to do all that work. You call us, we've already got it. We take care of it for you.
Yeah.
Really makes the process of getting those claims taken care of and those repairs done easier for the homeowner because we've already got it all set up and ready to go.
That's great, man. I love it. How do you want people to connect with you, Joe?
Yeah, so you can connect with me, FAHW.com, First American Home Warranty. That is our website. You can go there anytime. You can reach me at 813-344-7525. That is my direct cell phone number. By all means, call me, ask me any questions, text me. You can also look me up on Facebook. I'm on there quite a bit and respond pretty quickly to those messages. So I try to be very accessible to the real estate community and just the homeowners in general.
Yeah, Joe Duffin, and last name Duffin if they want to look you up online. Yep. Joe Duffin, First American Home Warranty, local rep right here in Tampa Bay. Joe, thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon.
All right, my pleasure. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk with Shane Socash. A lot of digital currency talks, a lot of money going into gold and silver, platinum, people coming into his location every day. We're going to talk about alternative investment options. Shane Socash here going to be on the program. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin coming up. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon BRimes1 at CQB Show. And, of course, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll be right back.
And offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Brandon BRimes here in studio. We're going to be talking with Shane Socash here in just a moment, owner of David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin, coming up here on the program. Before we do, a couple of hot listings here. We'd like to feature our properties on air, and also want to give a shout-out to Replenish IV Solutions. I just left their Gandy location, going and getting juiced up. I got the vitamin infusion drip right into the bloodstream. ReplenishIVSolutions.com. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. ReplenishIVSolutions.com. A couple of hot listings here. We've got some new listings in Tampa Bay. This one's on 27, US Highway 27 in Ocala. We got some vacant land available here. 122-5s North US Highway 27 in Ocala. This one is a beautiful property, blank canvas here. 3 acres of vacant land, residential zoning. Build your dream home, or maybe establish a world-class horse farm. Tranquility of country living on US 27 in Ocala. You're also just around the corner from the world-renowned Equestrian Center, World Equestrian Center, prestigious Golden Ocala Country Club as well. All right, we got a property here on Arlington Avenue in Oldsmar. Now, this one is for rent. Normally, we are listing our properties for sale. This one's 222 Arlington Avenue East in Oldsmar. Rental property available in the mid 3,000 range. You're looking at 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2,400 square feet. You have a half an acre lot size, so nice and spread out your wings there a little bit. You have room to park. Plenty of opportunities there as well. Located close to the beaches, parks, restaurants. Open concept, family room, dining room, living room, flow together. And it's a great opportunity. Rental on the top floor here, 222 Arlington Avenue East in Oldsmar. Available for rent right now. You can see all of our real estate properties and our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, Shane Socash back on the program. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. Welcome back, Shane.
Nice to be back, Brandon.
Yes, sir. Good to have you, man.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. So, we're kind of in this election year, and we're coming into the final home stretch here. I think so many people kind of feel like, hey, I wish this was behind me. But we do have these economic things that people are thinking, and a lot of times people in the real estate space, we're going to wait and see, going to see what happens. What are you seeing in your world?
So there's two things that we're seeing repeatedly here, day after day. I'm looking at my camera footage here, and I see that we got a store full of people, parking lots filled, and probably the majority of that is people selling to us right now. That is the theme. As gold continues for the last 6 months or so to hang out in all-time high range. It seems like just about every day is another all-time high. People are digging into their jewelry boxes and coming in and selling. We're selling some jewelry, and we're definitely doing a lot of services, custom jewelry too. But no doubt about it, the big theme is folks selling to us.
Yeah, I think probably some of that is just people that are struggling, with the economy, just saying, hey, look, the gas, food, we've heard that for years, the cost of everything going up, record credit card debt. You think some people are just saying, hey, look, this, if not now, when? And I need this cash. Yeah,
so there is absolutely no doubt that we're seeing some of that. Sometimes I feel it like that's all it is, but some of this is also just fed by people seeing on the news that gold is so high, and they're like, wait a minute, I have some gold, I have some coins I forgot about, I have some old jewelry I don't wear, and I kid you not that like every single time someone empties out the stuff that they don't use in their jewelry box, it's like they walk in here, it's pretty it's consistent that they're walking out with $2,500 or more dollars, just because gold is so darn high. It's a little bit bewildering to us in the industry. It's like, we just paid how much for that,
Right.
So.
Yeah, I hear you, man. So gold, also silver, platinum, and then you also have the gemologist on staff, so you're able to create unique art pieces just in time for the holidays.
Yeah, we have 6 full-time jewelers all here under our store or under our roof. We have 3 graduate gemologists. We now have 3 registered master valuers. So, we're doing estates for attorneys, like when someone passes away, if they have some jewelry or bullion or coins in their estate, it comes to us. All that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's great, man. And you are physically located here in Tampa Bay, so let's make sure we have everybody knowing the coordinates.
Yeah, so 4009 Central Avenue. We've been on Central Avenue since 1971. So we're on the corner of 40th Street and Central.
40th Street and Central. Yep, great location. I've had some good conversations out there whenever it comes up. It's topical, people. But yeah, I've gone over there. They did a great job for me. They did me right. 1971. Wow, that's a long time to be in business and same location.
Yep, and our founder, Earl, contacted me and reached out. His middle name is Reynolds, by the way. That's where the David Reynolds comes from. He reached out to me. He said, hey, I want to come back and work a little bit. And so it just was the most heartwarming thing ever. So now he's in a day or two every week helping us out. So it's like I feel really humbled to be able to be in his presence. I worked for him for 12 years. He retired 12 years ago, and now he's kind of doing some stuff for us again.
Wow, yeah, that's super cool, man. I love to hear those stories. And if you just joined us, we're talking with Shane Socash, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, always helping you as a consumer advocate. You can check him out online, davidreynoldsjewelryandcoin.com. It's all spelled out, davidreynoldsjewelryandcoin.com. And they do a great job. Always had great feedback from everybody that's worked with Shane Socash and his team down there. Shane, we got about a minute left. Final thoughts.
I just can't stress it enough. If you go dig in your jewelry box, you find a handful of coins, a couple things you don't wear, you come in, you're walking out with, $2,000 or more these days. It's just the way the metals are.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cash is king. Get the cash in the bank account. And make sure you have it on hand for the rainy day, as they say. Shane Socash, thanks so much for spending some time with us. And you want people to go to the website,
Sure.
Facebook. Where's the best place?
Both. David Reynolds, jewelryandcoin.com, the website, and David Reynolds, I think it's just David Reynolds on Facebook, honestly.
Very
and we're
cool.
constantly posting up our custom work that we're doing here in the store. So
Nice custom pieces there posted up on Facebook, and check them out online. Go visit in person as well, 4009 Central Avenue. Shane Socash, David Reynolds, Jewelry and Coin, thanks so much for spending some time with us, sir.
Be well, Brandon.
All right, likewise, appreciate it. All right, another great show. We had Commissioner Joshua Wostal on the first half. We had Joe Duffin, First American Home Warranty, as well as, of course, Shane Socash most recently there. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And please follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at BrandonBrimes1, at CQB Show. Subscribe to the Rumble channel, the YouTube channel. We also have our podcast out there. You can follow us in all these different ways. Greatly appreciate everybody that does support the show and all of our 80 different categories of consumer advocates, business owners, account executives, and salesmen and women. Greatly appreciate you supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show. We hope to see you there as well, Friday, September 27th at our next gratitude party, Lake Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, for the Tarpon Turtle event coming up. We'll see you there. Take care.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes.